All right, second grade, now that we reviewed nouns and verbs, I want us to come back to our spelling words for today and figure out which ones are nouns and which ones are verbs. All right, so if you are at home, why don't you go ahead and draw a line down your paper, leaving you want a few lines to write on either side. One side we're going to put nouns, and the other we're going to write, what do you think? Excellent, we're going to write verbs. This is also how we're going to be practicing another time our spelling words, because after I tell you what to write, I want you to write it down. We're not looking right, we're practicing, so it gets in our long-term memory. All right, our first word is the word love. All right, I think I used the sentence, I love my mother. All right, so I want you to think, is love a person, place, or thing, or is it something you do? All right, think about it. All right, class, is love a person, place, or thing? You're right. It is not a person, place, or thing. It's something that you do, even though it's kind of different from skipping and dancing and all those other things that you do, because you don't really see when you love someone, but it's definitely an action. All right, so on the verb side, I want you to write love, but wait, how do we say love to spell it? Good, love. All right, write and mark your word and say the sounds while you write it. All right, class. Hopefully you have it all written and marked out by now, because just copying isn't going to help you learn how to spell it or get it in your memory. All right, so this is what our word should look like with the markings always and our little two-way hat. All right, the next word is, let's see, let's mix it up. Let's go in a different order. Let's see, let's do the word friend, right? Let's see, a friend, but how do we say it to spell it? Good, friend. So is a friend a person, place, or thing? Or is it an action? Let's see, well, I said earlier in my sentence, my friend lives in Kansas. Let's see, a friend, that sounds like it's a what? Right, a person. All right, so is friend a noun or is it a verb? Very good, it's a noun, but how do we say it to spell it? Good, friend. So write friend in your nouns column. Say the sounds while you're writing it. All right, when you're finished, and you've done the markings, put your pencil down and you can check. All right, so we know that a friend is a noun because it is a person. All right, the next word is father. What's the word? Good, father. Now, is a father a person, place, or thing? Or is it an action? See, my father was a teacher. That sounds like a person to me. So is father a noun or a verb? Excellent. Father is a noun. All right, which are we going to use in father? Good, and which Excellent, the of her. Go ahead and write father in your nouns column. All right, I hope you're not just writing it down. I hope you're actually going through the work. That way it gets in your long-term memory. All right, this is what our word father should look like. And of course, with all the markings. All right, good. A father is a person, so that is also a noun. All right, next let's do people. But how do we say people to spell it? Excellent work if you said people. All right, are people a person, place, or thing, or an action? Well, people is actually just the plural. What does plural mean? Nice job if you said more than one. People is the plural of person. So we would say one person, two people, 100 people, 1,000,000 people. People is just more than one person. So is people a person, place, or thing, or an action? Right, it's going to be a noun. All right, so write it in your nouns column. Say it while you write it. All right, after you've written it, you can check. All right, one of our words we did today was not either of these parts of speech, so we're going to ignore it for now. So our last word is feel. Class, what's the word? Good, feel. I'm going to use it in a different sentence than I used before to help it be a little more clear. I think the bunny will feel very soft. Feel. Or let's see, let's do a better sentence. I will feel the bunny's fur. Feel. Is feel a person, place, or thing? Or is it an action? Put out your hand and pretend that you're feeling a bunny's fur. Is it a person, place, or thing? Or is it an action? Nice job if you said action. So is feel a noun or a verb? Excellent. Feel is a verb. So we're going to write it in our verbs column. Which E do we use in feel? Excellent. E-double-E. So write feel. Say the sounds while you write them. All right. So you can check and make sure you got that one correctly. This one, not anything really tricky about it, like in some of our other ones. All right, class, so we're going to keep reviewing nouns and verbs, because once again, we don't want first grade to know more about nouns and verbs than we do. All right, so a noun is a what? Good, person, place, or thing, and a verb is an action. All right, class, our last thing we're going to do today is write a sentence. I will give you 2 sentences to choose from. You may write either, I love my friend, or I love my father. Either one of those. So the sentences, again, we have 2 options. I love my friend, or I love my father. You do have some choice of what end mark you could use. After you've written your sentence, put your pencil down, check it, make sure you have all 5 parts. So as long as you wrote all of the words in the sentence, I love my father, or I love my friend, you'll have the first 3. So then you just need to check for what kind of letter at the beginning? Good, capital, and what at the end? Good, an end mark. All right, so one last time your sentences. Either I love my friend or I love my father. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, 2nd grade.